How about a weed whacker? Depends. If it's 4-stroke, we'll grab it. If it's 2-stroke, we'll leave it alone. It's even got gas in it. Yeah, let's go throw it in the truck anyway. All right, let's go see what this thing has to offer us, if anything. It's got gas in it. I'm gonna crush it. It should do. It's got gas in it. And the primer bulb. Seems like it's sucking air a little. Might not be enough fuel in it. Let's give it a yank, see what happens. Might have to angle that a little different. Yeah, we're not getting a good prime. Full choke. It's got a kill switch, momentary kill. And let's just give her some throttle and see what we got. All right, let's go top it off. See if you get that to prime it. That's what's happening right now. It might have a bad fuel line or something that's causing that to suck air too. But let's go top off the tank. Let's rotate up. Gas cap up. Actually, the tank's half full. Let's go see if it's got. Sometimes the line breaks loose. Let's give her a couple of, get you closer. Let's try priming it. I wonder if those lines are on backwards. Seems to be, it looks like the one that's weighted, I don't know if you can see it. Looks like the one that's weighted is pushing bubbles out, and that shouldn't be. Yeah, the one right there, watch when I prime it. Where's the primer? There it is. See it? You think those two are just on backwards? Yeah, because that bulb should be filling it up and it's not. It could also have a crack in it. And usually that happens right in this area. Let's just go swap those around and see what happens. Now the two lines are next to each other. That's what I'm seeing. But it is, the return is pumping a bunch of air into it. Let's see if we can get that. So this should be the pickup. I gotta get something better. How you gonna do it? Captain Hook. What is Captain Hook, you say? Captain Hook. Yeah, it's broke off. That's what it, and split. Well, there's the problem right there. That's what killed this thing. The fuel line, it should be a float that's in there, a sink with a filter on it. That's down below, and it keeps the pickup of the fuel line to the lowest part of the fuel, and that's missing. That's why that thing was thrown out in the trash. Well, that's one of the reasons why I was throwing out in the trash. Let's see if we can find another piece of line, thread that on there, and if we can get rid of those bubbles from happening. You know when it's nice when you look up and literally sitting right there is a hose kit, and you can tell by the dust stain. I wasn't cheating. It was there. Hopefully it's got the right. That white line might be the right one. Go see. Go dump that fuel out of there. And we'll see. Oops, the weight's in there. Should be a little piece of fuel line at least that broke off. I know that. I think I might see it wedged in there. we can go poke that at it. A little digging. You see those little bubbles in there? All those. That's water. That right there is dirty water, but it's water. And that's also an issue. It's contaminated. The fuel is contaminated. I just cleaned this whole container out before I put it in, so it wasn't pre-existing. Yeah, I don't know the best way for all of us to get in there. Some of these are kind of big. I think it might, I don't know if it's just wedged in there or, here's the two ends of each line. Let's go see. That's one, it's broken off. Let's get the other one further back. That one. Let's see what's on. That looks like it was cut, doesn't it? That one's definitely broke. That one, it's kind of iffy. Now, can we still see down below, and is there still something in there? I think it is, right? Oh, that line's just junk. It's just falling apart as we pick at it. Yeah. But what about that? What is that thing? There it is. I heard it. There's a thing in the fuel tank, though. I think that's kind of stopping it. There's a hole right there. I'm gonna go try shaking it out again, see if we can get it to come out. Come to me. Oh, something came out. There it is. That's what we're looking for. That piece. All right, now we can go put some new fuel line in there. All right, so this one's our intake. It literally just broke right at the seam of it. So that's the one that needs our weight. Has to go on there. We got to feed that whole assembly through like that. Get rid of what's left of that fuel line. Doesn't look too dirty. A couple ways to do it. It's got a taper on it. See if the blue one's going to be the right size. Yeah. So I'm just going to actually just grab it. But they make a little metal tether that you can grab and pull it through too. I'm just going to go grab it. Cut that flush. I'll drop it in the can hopefully. See if we can get the filter on it. Filter slash weight. Wish this line was a little bit more flexible. I could see this not exactly wanting to flop to the bottom of the tank. That one's not much better. Oh well. We're going to run what we brung. Let's go see if we can tuck that in. Actually, hold on. I want to get that on there a little better. We're going to call that for the win. Let's see if we can tuck that down. Oh, we'll leave it sit. That's about as far as it's going to go because yeah, it's right here. Let me leave it like that. All right. So that one was the one that is already removed, which is this one. Let's get the rest of that off of there. You guys can't see, can you? I'll bring you back. You got the idea, right? It's one done. Let's see if the other one will pull out of there. Oof. It's like Twizzlers. Yeah, we'll do the same with that. That's hard to say how far that one broke. I'm going to bring that one down just so it kind of hits the bottom of the tank. So it's under also. I don't know if we need to. Yeah, we'll trim it back anyway. So I don't know if we need to. don't want to drop the little piece in the tank. We'll give it a little bit of an offset just so it can't. And we'll call what's on the bottom, we'll call that for the win. We'll trim that one a hair longer. Either too long than too short, right? Alright. Now we'll put some fuel in it and we'll try it again, see how it performs, see if it primes. And if that's so, we'll move on to other stuff. Too lazy to get a funnel? You think I'll 16-to-1, hold on. This was from something else. We're running that one, an old antique engine. This, on the other hand, $1.50 you're into it. Alright. Let's just see. I'll flip it around. You're gonna have to back up. And see if that primer bulb will. Yeah, it's looking better. Should be able to get rid of all that air. Give her a shot. Number 2, full choke, gas. I think it's a little on the lean side. I think we're sucking air. I'll show you. I think we're sucking air around the side of the carb. Right there, you can see it bubbling a little bit. Might just have to go tighten down on the screw. I'll fire it up, show you what I mean. I think half choke. Full choke. Might be a crack right there. Probably when he got frustrated and he threw it. It smashed on the ground. Let's go pull that apart. Take a little better look right there. I think it's just 2 pieces of plastic. I think this is just like an outer shell. Yeah, you see a line up through here. So maybe it was just moving, causing it. Because I saw those little bit of bubbles right there. I was trying to figure out what it was. Let's go pop the air cleaner off anyway. We'll take a look and maybe we can just snug down those 2 screws. Torx. See if I can give that a snug down there. Let's go pull this one right out of here. I want to see. Yeah, there's air fuel mix screws underneath. What happens over time, there's diaphragms that are in here. They get a little on the stiff side, just with age, kind of like, you know, the opposite of the fuel line actually. Fuel line goes to mush. And anyway, that little diaphragm gets a little on the stiff side. It's actually a fuel pump. And when that happens, it makes the mix go a little on the lean side. When it goes on the lean side, it kind of falls on its face on there like an idle like that. We may be able to adjust that out, or it may need a carb kit. But let's take that screw out of there. I want to take a peek. Sometimes there's little safeties on the front of them that allow you not to adjust it, that we need to get rid of it so we can adjust it. Doesn't have an air cleaner at all either. A little piece of screen, that's it. I guess that's the land of disposable. They figure it's gonna die for rotten fuel lines. I gotta get them both off. And that one's a Torx. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, all this stuff really is throwaway. if you were to bring it to a shop to go have it replaced, I don't know what this trimmer is, we call it $79. You're gonna spend 50 bucks in labor. But if you're at home and it happens to you, I don't think taking a half hour to take it apart and change the fuel lines, you know, unless you make $140 an hour. I'll show you those two adjusters. There they are, and they got, see, they got little caps over them. I think they got caps over them. Maybe, maybe not. There's different tools that they like. Not priority. You know what I'm trying to say. Special tools that kind of fit over the top of them. And there should be an H and an L. There's an H. So H is for the high side, when you're revving and you're on the throttle, and this one's for idle. And they can kind of affect each other. There's the L. The L's right there. They can kind of affect each other. So you go back and you can kind of go tweak the other one. And a lot of times what you find, make sure we weren't leaking anywhere. And that was tight too. See, that manifold will pop off of there. I think that is just the plastic from this housing that's on there. I'm gonna go, let's go stab at it with one of our stabbers here. See if there's a cap on that one or not. So in is more lean, out is richer, and it needs to go a little bit richer on the low. I am good, while it's easy to access, I'm gonna go try, first I'm gonna go see if I have the tool for it. Well, we're gonna go, there's a notch, I don't know if it's showing up. There's a little tiny notch on each one of them. Right now, the low is pointing at, I wanna say 4 o'clock, and we're gonna go turn it counterclockwise. We'll probably point it towards, say 1 o'clock and make it run a little richer, see if it'll idle after that. Yeah, so here's a couple of those little specialty sockets, drivers, that go on the end of them. And I want to say it's not that one, because there's one that looks like razor teeth. That's that one. One's got a half moon in it, and what is that one? That one, I think that one's it right there. We can do it when it's running later. I think actually there might not be an access hole. So anyway, so we're gonna go. There we go. See if we get to drop in, and we're gonna back that up about that much. We can try tweaking it when it's running, but I don't think that cover, like I said, it might be able to get it through there. I thought it was down here though. We'll see when we get it back. But we'll see if I guesstimated my my dial in though. And no air cleaner. Just a piece of screen to keep the big grass from getting in. The air cleaner itself is the cover itself is the choke. So you're kind of passing over where this plenum is right here, this detent, and it blocks off the passage for choke. It's got a GM net for tension. That's pretty good right there. Move you to the other side. Yeah, we can see them. Should be able to access them when it's running. Let's go try her again. Full choke. Let it run for a minute. low side I'm working on. I'm gonna go to the high now. I went a little richer on the high too. I'm going to turn down the idle speed. Like, see what it settles down to. Kind of want to get it to 4-stroke. It means it runs a little on the rich side. But I went even richer on the low. Hear how it like stutters? You actually kind of want it there. And you'll notice. And you can notice that when you hit it, it doesn't stumble on its face. That's another indication that it's running lean. So I went a little bit richer on the high and I went a little bit richer on the low. Like I said, sometimes it's, as they age, those diaphragms get a little on the cruddy side or stiff side, and it makes it run a little on the lean side. That, and just for emissions, they try to run them on the lean side from the factory too, to try to pass government emissions, I guess. And that's why I was talking about earlier. Sometimes they cap them off where you can't adjust them at all, and why they have those specialty tools, because they don't want you in there playing with them. But if it doesn't run, you know, you throw it out, what's the more cost effective? Being able to adjust them so they run right, or you throw it away, and how much pollution is it to go manufacture another one, right? So that one's dialed in. Let's go see what's going on with the head of it, see if we can get some string on it. I find this part to be more the pain in the ass than anything. All the different designs that are on them. I guess turn it off. Push it in, turn it off. Untwist the whole thing. I'm not sure. Actually, I think you can. I can see the hole through them. I wonder if I could just feed line straight through and then spin it up. I'll tell you in a second if it allows me to ratchet or not. I don't think so. Like I said, I find this side more frustrating than the working on the engine part of it. I think maybe we just need to show it who's boss. Man, it's on there. Okay, get something else to hold on to this part of it. Come on. It's gonna be the death of it right here. It's got me beat. I thought I saw it. It's got a cap there. There's gonna be threads underneath it. But I am going to work on that. I think I'll pop that out of there, maybe. I don't think I can. I think it's put in from the other side though. Yeah. Not over till it's over. Let's see if I can grab it right here. Might be over there. Do we get it? Or do we break it? That one really put up a fight. Got it. Man, that was a killer. All right, now we're gonna go wind some thread on there. I know some you can pass right through, and some you don't. Some is only got one floor per. I think this one is one per floor. I do see a 1 and a 2, so I have that feeling that that's the case. So I'm gonna go take this, cut it in half. I'm sure there's a better way, but we got one already wrapped. One more, and then we got another one. They both go, I believe, yeah, they both go the same direction. It would make sense, or else when you went to go feed it out, one would want to be going in, one would want to be going out, wouldn't they? So they both get threaded the same direction, and they got like little keepers. Where are you? Lock it into. There's one, and we'll make the other one right there. Should really be across from each other. So let's go back that one up right to there. And that should be able to line up to these two. We could feed them through. Actually, I got that upside down. Hold on one second. Yeah, let's go feed that one into there. And that one into there. And they have little locks, cams that they go into. Pop them out on each side. But let's go get on the trimmer first. And we need you to go like that. And the nut was on there so gingerly. You put back on. And then as you tap down on the ground, it allows it, actually we got to get them to pop out first. Hold on, there we go. Gonna line up. Then pop out. So then as you're trimming, you bump the ground, the line, when it's spinning, will centrifugally feed out. One thing this thing is missing is the guard that goes over the end of it, and the guard that goes over the end of it has a little knife on it that cuts off the excess, so that's going to be an issue until I find another one in the free pile. Actually may even have one, but for now I'm going to go trim it back, probably the same as what that side is. And you can run it, but the only problem is you got to be careful because it's going to be getting your shins pretty good. And if I had some weeds, we can go and attack them. But let's go full choke. We'll give it a couple of primes. And other than the guard, I think we got a winner. Not bad. I think we're in it for what, $2? 50 cents worth of trim line too. We'll call it $2 so far. I almost forgotten to lean to dead corners. Is this old 4-stroke? That's what I was talking about when I said 4-stroke. I thought it was still at my house, but nope, that guard's not going to be the same. All right, we'll save that one for another day. It's missing a cover up top that goes over it. It did run. So I've been looking for pieces for that one, but that may be for another day. Well, guys, we come to that part of the program. I'm gonna go call it on this one, I guess. I want to say that probably the main damage was the string head being locked up, not being able to come apart, was probably the main issue. So I mean, went to go, it ran out. Went to go replace it. It was locked up. Couldn't get it apart. Probably put it away for the end of the season. And then I forgot about it, and then the next year maybe they put fuel in it and they got it running, and because it sat for however long it sat, the fuel system went to crap and rotted out the fuel lines, and made it so it sucked air and would run and not run and choke, and I had to try to feather it and got frustrated, and then finally just dragged it out to the front of the house and ordered another $79 weed whacker. But it was fun. Bringing it back to life, and again we just need that little plastic shield for the end of it, and this one will be back in functioning order. I might bring it over to the camp, and again, the gas was an issue. It looks like there was fresh fuel that was put in. That looks pretty clean, but it looks like it was on top of old stuff from a long time ago, or maybe they dumped it out and put new stuff in it, but you can still see the water that was floating around in it. All right, guys, that's it for now. See you soon. Later. Their rims off. Car's coming. Cool metal, huh? And somebody beat us on that one. Don't look too cheap. How about a weed whacker? Depends. If it's 4-stroke, we'll grab it. If it's 2-stroke, we'll leave it alone. It's even got gas in it. Yeah, let's go throw it in the truck anyway. Oh, tables and chairs. Just kidding.